Hi everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to another series, yes I said series, of Let's Talk Ship. And in this series of Let's Talk Ship, we're going to be talking lots of ship about P&O Cruises, brand new ship, Arvia. Ta-da! Yes, we're doing this because we felt that the traditional Let's Talk Ship video was getting a little bit too long, and we figured if we break it up into smaller segments, it'll be easier for you to reference. Before we get into the video, we're just going to ask you to kindly consider subscribing to our channel. That way you can stay up to date with all these little videos, and you can stay up to date with all the other content we've got coming up on our channel, because we've got loads of Arvia stuff coming up. We've got some vlogs and all on the way. There's loads. Also, if you enjoy the video, which we hope you will, please don't forget to give it a little thumbs up too, because that'll be awesome.
If you've got any questions, make sure you pop them in the comments below, and we'll be sure to answer them for you as well.
Definitely. Let's begin with an overview of Arvia. So, as you know, Arvia is sister ship to Iona, so they're pretty much, I say that, identical. Overall, they're the same sort of size, so 184,000 gross tons, 344 meters long. They've got 16 passenger decks. They hold 5,200 passengers. They're pretty much the same, but there are some new and improved features added, and we do welcome them. They're really they're a nice touch. Some of these are a load of fun and a bold step for P&O as well, which we're pleased to see. So we're going to begin with the dine-in. So over Iona, Arvia has some new dining options. She's got the 6th Street Diner, which is actually a main dining room as well, so it's complimentary, which is awesome.
It was really good.
So that's like your American theme, American style diner, so you get like your chicken and waffles, all that sort of thing. That's all there. They've also now made the Olive Grove a dining room as well. So again, complimentary. It just complements the actual main dining rooms on board, which is great. That's your normal Mediterranean type of cuisine. So that's there too.
So replacing the Olive Grove on Iona, you've got Green & Co. featuring Mizuna.
Yes.
So that's a vegetarian, vegan restaurant, or plant-based restaurant we should say, with a sushi bar in there as well.
It's a really funky, brightly coloured, awesome dining room.
And because you've now got the 6th Street Diner as a main dining room, they've changed the American diner that's in the Keys to the Roast.
Which is now where you get your Sunday roast wraps, which were very different. In addition to this, entertainment-wise, You'll be pleased to find that Arvia now has Mission Control, which is like a simulator come escape room. Yeah. So it's ideal for families and friends alike. They can just go there, they can have fun. It is chargeable, it's not complimentary, but it does look a lot of fun. We didn't get a chance to do it on our cruise. Obviously, this means that Arvia only has 3 screens in the cinema rather than 4, but you know, who goes to cinema on a cruise ship anyway? If you do, let us know in the comments below. Do you watch films? We don't normally have time ourselves. And up on the top deck, you'll also find some new features on Arvia over Iona, one of them being, it's quite a big improvement I think, the Sky Dome pool now features a retractable roof. So it's great. And seeing as Arvia goes to the Caribbean and the Canary Islands sort of itineraries in Med, it's going to be a welcome touch because obviously it lets all the air in and natural sunlight in. It's a great thing.
we also found in the evenings when there were shows on, the acoustics were a bit better because obviously there was no echo.
Yeah. In addition to that as well, Arvia now has the altitude, ready for this? The altitude skywalk, which is very similar to the sort of things you will find on like MSC. It's basically a ropes course. Yep. You had a go, I didn't.
It's quite challenging. It was great fun. But we'll talk more about things like that in later episodes of the series.
And then underneath the altitude, there's also like a mini golf thing, which looks fun. It's almost like crazy golf. Mini
it's
golf.
like crazy golf.
It looks loads. It does look a lot of fun. We didn't have a go at the little crazy golf, but tell you what we did take part in, and that was a plunge in the new infinity pool, the swim up bar.
Yes.
That was one of my, it's my favourite spot on the ship. Absolutely loved it. Love the idea. Perfect for watching the ship sail out ports and into ports or whatever you want to do, and just nice to take in the rays and just socialise. Yeah. It's a really great place, and one of the good things about it was as well, you could just talk to me over the bar on the dry side, which is great.
I could stay dry.
Yeah, but it was really good. We highly rate Arvia. We're really impressed with the ship in general. The overall feel on board is slightly warmer than Iona. Iona was quite clinical and quite clean. Nice, nothing wrong with it, but Arvia just feels a bit warmer. They've got a bit more wood in the flooring, and the decor is a bit warmer feeling. Yeah. But it's a lovely, lovely ship. We're really impressed with Arvia. Really good. So now we've given you an overview of Arvia, we're now going to tell you where we went on our cruise, because we had an amazing cruise and we got a really good deal, or we felt we had a really good deal. It could have been a better deal, but we found we had a good deal. Basically, we went on a 7-night Caribbean cruise, which included our flights. It was a chartered flight, so that was really, really good. And we only paid £1,099 for this. It was for an interior cabin, but we felt it was exceptional value. But that's not the thing. The bit that got us was for an additional, probably what was it,
£50 per person,
50, 80, say 100, just to play it safe. Say an additional £100 more. We could have gone on this for 2 weeks.
14 nights.
2 weeks.
We were kicking ourselves.
But for us, we had dog care to factor in, and the additional drinks package. Yes, you did hear that right. We did go for the drinks package. We will go into that in a bit more detail when we discuss it later on in the series, when we talk about Arvia's bars and lounges.
Yes. So let's tell you about where we went on this cruise then.
Yes.
So we left from London Heathrow and we flew over to Antigua. We arrived there probably about mid-afternoon. So we got straight on the ship there, didn't we? We didn't do any excursions or anything.
No.
Our second day was at sea. Yeah. Which was also the formal night. Mm-hmm. Then we arrived into St Kitts.
Loads of fun.
That was a good one, wasn't it? In St Kitts, we did an excursion which we booked independently via Caribbean Island Tours on Facebook. It was
really good.
It was a half-day tour, wasn't it, around the island? So that was great fun. Then we went into Martinique.
Yes, that was the next day.
Which was next day, and that was another. That was a full-day excursion around the southern part of the island. And we booked that again.
We really did. We saw some beautiful beaches there, didn't we?
That was really
the slave monument. Oh, so nice. It was lovely. Loads of fun. Loads of rum and loads of fun.
There was lots of rum in that one.
The Caribbean is notorious for its rum and fun.
So that was another excursion we did with the Caribbean Island Tours. Then following day, we were in St Lucia. This is where you wanted to see the pitons, didn't you?
I really want to see the pitons. I couldn't book that independently before the cruise. When we were looking prior to the cruise, it was actually sold out, but on board in the ship and going to the shore excursions desk, we found out there were excursions available. So it's always worth checking when you get on board. Don't just write it off because you've seen it ahead of your cruise. Go and check it out first. Go and find out.
Yeah. So that was an afternoon excursion, and that was a
catamaran.
Cruise.
Yeah.
And then we had a sea day, if I remember correctly.
Day, yeah.
And then we arrived into Barbados, where we had an overnight. So what we did in Barbados was the day we arrived, we did a Atlantis submarine tour,
which was awesome. Like literally, I thought part of me didn't actually realise it was going to be an actual submarine. For some reason, I thought it was going to be one of these sort of like novelty, gimmicky kind of boats with windows in it. No, it was a proper submarine. It actually went down by about 100, 150 feet. It went all the way down. We saw like an artificial reef shipwreck, loads of like marine life. It was really good.
Wasn't
really
it?
Enjoyed that.
We booked that one again with P&O, and actually, from what we can tell, it was cheaper to book with P&O than it was to book direct.
Yeah, definitely.
So that was great. And then, sadly, Barbados is where it finished, and we got our plane home to Heathrow, and it was all really seamless.
The itinerary was amazing. The ship was lovely. Honestly, we had so much fun.
We just wish it was 14 days.
We really do. We wish we could have gone for the 14 days because it would have been. It would have enhanced it even further. It was awesome. So now we've told you all about our wonderful cruise and how awesome the Caribbean was and the ship, briefly. We're now going to explain the embarkation process to you because we feel that this is worth a mention, and it was absolutely seamless. It was fantastic. It was so effortless. It was immense.
So we booked the cruise with a cruise fly package, basically, and it was all packaged up by P&O. So the flight was included and the cruise, obviously. You arrive at the airport, you drop your luggage off, and you check in like you normally do at an airport. But they do tell you the next time you see your bags will be at the ship, which was great for us because we've done cruises previously where we've flown over to Miami airport, for example, spent 3 hours in security, stayed the night, then had to get a transfer to the ship. It's a right faff. With P&O, it's all seamless. You fly on the day the cruise departs, and you don't need to worry because they'll make sure they get you there in time, or they'll wait for you if the flight's late arriving. Yeah. So we like I said, we checked in at Heathrow, we gave in our luggage, got on the flight, lovely flight over, about 8 hours, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't as long as flying to the likes of, say, Miami, which is about 10 hours over. It was only 8 hours.
So we arrived in Antigua, I think we were a bit early, so we had to wait probably about 10, 15 minutes for buses to arrive. But what we were expecting was to go into the airport, all that security faff. No, none of that.
Direct to the ship.
It was off the plane, into the buses, and straight to the ship. It was brilliant.
Honestly, didn't even have to get, like I said, we didn't even have to get our bags. So yes, we embarked the ship. as you would normally. So say at Southampton, you turn up at the terminal, there is a bit of a line, not very long, but you check in then as you would normally. So somebody will read through like your paperwork, just to check your name and all that sort of stuff, like you would in Southampton. Basically, you embark the ship as normal, you go through a brief security thing, don't you, as normal, just with your bags, and then you go on board. And what we did then was, it tells you on your paperwork where your muster station is, and it's still the new modern way of doing muster with P&O at the moment. So that's the video in the room type of thing. So no actual going to the muster station and watching the demonstration. You now watch it on your TV. So we went to our muster station or muster point. Zap your card with the paperwork, so they know you've attended. You then head up to your cabin, and that is where you meet your bags, because your cases are there, which is, as I said, amazing. Then you just watch your safety demonstration, and that's it. And honest to God, it was just so easy. We really can't fault it at all. As we said, it when you've been flying over to the likes of Miami and you've been on a plane for 10 hours, the last thing you want to do is stand there for 3 hours snaking just to go through fingers, thumbprints, how much money have you got, where you staying, what's the reason of your visit. You don't want that interrogation. You just want to get there and have fun.
It really takes the faff out of it, and the fun starts straight away.
Definitely.
Basically.
It was honestly it's changed our whole outlook on the Caribbean, because we were actually toying with not going back, because we were getting a bit fed up with that whole process of going into the States. So that has eliminated that, and it has sold us the Caribbean again, and we loved it. So now we've told you all about the embarkation process, and we've embarked this magnificent ship, and believe me, it is magnificent. When you're stood on that quayside and you see that enormous ship, it is huge. So anyway, we've embarked the ship, we've gone to muster, we're now at our cabin, and we went for an interior cabin on this occasion. As we said, it's what kept the cost low. Having only been on a cruise just over a week or so prior, we needed to save some pennies here. And as it was only for a week, we figured we could cope. We've done insides before, so we gave it a go. So we went for a guaranteed interior cabin. So that was allocated for us. We didn't get to pick it. We had cabin 11407. So as we said, it was an interior cabin. It was about midship, and it was slightly to the starboard side. Not that really matters when you're inside, but that's what it was. It was a nice room, very tastefully decorated, felt very eerie. It wasn't the biggest interior cabin we've ever had. The storage, there was lots of storage, but it was very confusing. I expect to find the fridge underneath the kettle with the vanity areas, and for some reason they put it underneath the telly. So every time I went to open the cupboard and put something in the fridge, it was just a cupboard. So I did find that a little bit confusing, but I think you'd get your head around it eventually. But yeah, it was a nice room. The TV and all was a decent size, nice flat screen TV, plenty of lighting in there, reading lights, USB plugs underneath the lamps on the wall. The shower room was really tastefully decorated as well. The shower was a decent enough size, had a plastic door, which was all really, really good. Included a retractable little washing line.
A nifty washing line.
Had a nice like a frame around the mirror, like a surround light, which was really good, even lighting for makeup. but it was a nice room. We were really impressed with it, and as we said, the price we paid, we couldn't really complain. We had no complaints with noise or anything like that. It was all good.
If you're interested in a better look around the room, we have actually got a room tour for that one as well.
Yes, we have. And for our next cabin, which Gavin's now going to give you all the deets on.
Yes, so we haven't only just got one room tour, we've actually got two. Because we actually got a day room. So what they do, because we're in the Caribbean and our flight wasn't until late evening, they do offer day rooms, which you can book. They start at £45 for an interior, £55 for an ocean view, £75 for balcony, and I think there was one around £80-90 as well for a superior deluxe balcony. Cool. So we basically opted for an ocean view.
Yeah.
The ocean view we had was cabin 4463. It was midship, I think. Roughly.
Midship, deck 4 on the starboard side as well.
So being in a day cabin, what they had in the cabin was you had all fresh towels. There was no bed linen, was there really?
You didn't get to choose your bed configuration either. Obviously, it's just a day room, and you're not meant to sleep in it. I mean, I did because I was really hungover, and in fairness, it was a godsend that we did actually get this room. The intent was to go off to the beach, enjoy the sun, enjoy the day, maybe go for a swim, then come back to the room, shower, and then leave and go to our assembly point before being taken away and transferred back to the airport to leave. But I was really hungover, and I spent all the time in the room.
It was a good job we had it.
But it was a lovely room.
Yeah, it was a really nice room. It was, I think, for about 4 people.
Yeah.
We did find the storage, if there was 4 of you, and they might be a bit tight on storage, but there was
For 2, there was plenty.
For 2, there was plenty. But there was one feature we really liked in there, and that was like a little window seat that you had.
That was awesome.
You loved that,
really,
didn't you?
really. Well, I did actually manage to sit there for a little bit at one point when I was coming around. But yeah, no, it was a lovely, lovely room. And I think if you're looking to save some pennies, but you're not quite sure about going for an inside, because say you normally cruise balcony, you might be thinking, oh, I don't really want to go inside, but I'm trying to save some pennies. I want to enjoy myself a little bit more on board, enhance my experience rather than my room. Yeah, an ocean view is definitely an option.
It's a good compromise.
It's a good compromise. It's a perfect balance between the two. It's basically the same sort of size as a balcony cabin room. The layout is the same sort of size as a balcony, but you've got that nice natural light coming through, so it was awesome.
So again, if you want to have a better look at that, we have got the tour of that,
Yeah.
so check out our channel.
Yes, we've been very busy. We've been filming all these rooms for you, and the purposes of research, we've put it all together, so you will see. So everyone, this concludes this episode of Let's Talk Ship. In the next episode, we're going to be talking all about the dining options on board P&O Arvia. So we're going to be discussing the specialty restaurants and the complimentary dining options. So we're going to be talking about all the little burger joints, all the little counters, all the little ice cream places, all the nice tasty food.
I think it's going to be everybody's favourite subject is food, isn't it?
So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. There is a little bell icon thing. You can click on that and that'll give you a little notification when we put our next video up. If you like this video, which we hope you have, please give it a thumbs up. And stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you in the next episode. So catch you later. Bye.